It's that time of year again. Mad rushes to shop for loved ones, Christmas decorations lighting up the night, kids making their list for Santa, and Christmas carols warming the air just about everywhere you go. With this joyful celebration, we inevitably run into the age-old debate: is Christmas a Christian holiday? Let's start with what some call the reason for the season. Was Jesus born on December 25th? The Bible does not actually tell us the date of Jesus' birth. There are some facts that help us establish a rough range. For starters, Luke 2:8 tells us there were shepherds out in the field keeping watch over their flocks at night. This one fact alone establishes that it was not December 25th. Israel, like most places on this planet, has 4 seasons. Shepherds do not tend to keep their flocks out in the field at night in the middle of winter. During December, shepherds will lock up the flock to protect them from the harsh winter wind and cold. There are other hints that lead us towards September, perhaps as late as October, for Jesus' actual birth. So what is the significance of December 25th? December 21st or 22nd of each year aligns with the winter solstice. This is the time that pagans celebrate the birth of the sun. December 25th was pegged as a date to coincide with the winter solstice and bring together pagans and Christians. Once again, more of the work of Constantine the Great at the First Council of Nicaea in AD 325. There were 2 pagan festivals celebrating the winter solstice. One ran from December 17th for 7 days, Saturnalia, celebrating Saturn, the Roman god of agriculture. The other from December 25th through January 1st, which commemorated the birth of Mithras, the Persian god of light. Constantine simply changed it to celebrate the birth of Jesus, and we've kept it all these years. What about Christmas trees? The feast mentioned before December 25th, Saturnalia, was an acknowledgement that the fields would be green and lush soon. In celebration, the Romans would decorate their home with boughs of evergreen. Sound familiar? Egyptians worshipped Ra. Ra was recovering from his yearly illness at winter solstice. They would fill their homes with palm rushes to celebrate his triumph over death. The Druids had a very similar practice in their temples. All of these religious rites were rooted in paganism. The concept of Christmas trees was Christianized by German Protestants in the 16th century. It is believed that Martin Luther was the first to add lighted candles. So does the Bible say anything about Christmas trees? Is God good with this? The one thing the Bible does say is in Jeremiah 10:2-5. In verse 2, God says not to learn the way of the heathen, as their customs are in vain. What custom? That's covered in verses 3-4. I chose the King James Version as it specifically says, they deck it with silver and gold. There is no denying this is a Christmas tree. In verse 5, he says not to fear them because they can't do evil, but it's not in them to do any good either. This leaves the practice in a fairly neutral territory, but I have a rough time getting past the fact that God told his people specifically not to do this in verse 2. I've been searching through the scriptures desperately, but haven't yet found where performing pagan rites in the name of God resulted in anything good. It didn't fare well for Aaron in Exodus 32, as I recall. All of this said, there is nothing non-Christian about the Christmas concept of giving. Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses forbid the celebration of Christmas completely. Contrary to these folks, I believe having a day to gift family and friends and celebrate Christ is not a bad thing at all. Just recognize that the symbols and rituals are not inherently Christian. They're not even close. I believe having a Christmas tree in your home or not is your choice to make. I do not, however, believe that Christmas trees have any place inside a church building. Oh, and as much as I really didn't want to mention it here, there is no getting around the fact that Santa is indeed an anagram of Satan. Wait, what? Sorry, Santa. That wasn't intended to be taken seriously. I wanted to end this video on a fun note. David, I'm afraid you're making my naughty list this year. Oh boy. So from my family to yours, Merry Christmas from the Christian Armament. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out episode 1 of my current series, 3 Days Explained. The link is provided here. In this episode, we talk about Good Friday and Easter. I also explain that little math problem getting 3 days from Friday night to Sunday morning. This is the first episode in my current 5-part series, which will be wrapping up soon. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of the next lessons. Please share this far and wide. The description contains all the verses covered here, along with study notes. You'll also find the link to like my Facebook page. There is an open forum to discuss your thoughts, good, bad, or indifferent. This is the Christian Armament, arming you with truth.